Welcome once again to the Collince kitchen. I'm here with my beautiful wife and we're going to be making chicken stew.
Yes.
Where I come from, this is
Delicacy.
it is the meal. Ingoho.
Ingoho.
How do you call it?
Nkoko.
Enkoko. So we are going to be making enkoko, ingoho, gueno, whatever you want to call it. What are we using?
We're
Honey?
using tomatoes, we're using rose spices, different ones
The
there.
dry spices here.
Yes.
You can see
And
garlic.
then garlic,
You can see
ginger.
Yes.
Then Royco cubes and a piece of carrot. And obviously onion.
So one of the things that normally disturb most of us is how do we divide the chicken? I know people have different ways of dividing it. I don't know how you do it. How many pieces do you normally get from one whole chicken like this?
Okay, I don't know whether I know them by number because it comes when you divide.
All right, you can just show us practically.
These are pieces, the two pieces, the thighs, we call them drumsticks. Yes, the drumsticks. And then I don't know how this other part that joins the drumsticks on
that
is also
part.
called, so the two. And then now you come to the back, you divide it into two. So those are how many so far?
Yeah, it's a good number. We are heading to 5. I think what we do, let's just divide it, then we'll see the pieces.
Later
Number of
on.
pieces that we are getting from this.
Thank you.
You know, growing up, whenever we used to prepare chicken, that's the day you don't want to hear a knock that a visitor has come. And apparently,
That's when they would come.
it's like they had a warning bell. That is the day you get visitors. And because the visitors just arrived after serving, you will end up eating.
Being the one to eat the least.
Yes.
So we are done with chopping our chicken into pieces, and here they are.
Dividing.
Okay, dividing into pieces, manageable pieces. Yes, and we are going to put them in a pressure cooker, and we'll steam them for some minutes, and then we'll be back. There you go.
So I just put them inside?
Yes, just.
If you don't have a pressure cooker, you can still use a saucepan and cover it so that
Yes.
you don't lose most of the heat that comes from the steam. Now, the reason why we're using a pressure cooker is just to save on time and fuel as well. We have our chicken in our pressure cooker. We've added some salt according to your taste. And then I'm just going to put water that will get to halfway the capacity of the amount of chicken you've put. So it should not cover your chicken. Yeah, I think there we are good enough. And then we'll cover our pressure cooker. Right, we'll give it some time to cook up. Then we shall proceed to make a stew out of it. In the meantime, we want to make sure we have our other ingredients ready. Tomatoes, we want to also chop some onions and grate some ginger as well.
We are just from getting our chicken from the fireplace, and here it is. And now we're going to, we removed the water that was put. My husband put some little water for it to boil a little. And then we are now going, I removed it and let it cook and produce its own fat. That fat...
And I can see when you look at it, it's as if it has been slightly fried. Eh?
Yes. So that fat is the one that is going to help us now fry the chicken itself.
Yeah. So we're going to make the chicken stew with no additional oil.
Of oil, yes. It's boiled chicken.
So what do we have here? I can see we have
onion, we have garlic, we have carrots, we have capsicum, others call it green pepper, whichever you choose to call it. Then we have some Royco cubes, and then Royco the powder, tomatoes, tomato paste, black pepper, mixed herbs, and then curry powder and salt.
So are we limited to the ingredients I'm seeing here, or somebody can become creative?
Yes, you can become creative and use anything.
Even sukuma wiki?
If you like it that way. It
But I believe by anything you mean any dry spices, ingredient, spice that you like to your taste, you can be able to add. So what we have here is what you're seeing here, and we are going to be adding this to that?
Yes.
All at once?
Here. Yeah, maybe at once, but okay, one after the other. Oh. That's what probably would be giving us. And this thing is too hot, so I'll just create some space in the middle of my pan, and as you can see, there is oil down there. So I'll go in with the tomatoes first. Are they called tomatoes? And back to the fire. So we have put in our tomatoes, and now next we are going to put in the Royco cubes. I prefer it that way. And then the garlic as well. So you can help me there with the garlic.
Powder or... Oh.
The garlic.
All right. I can just add in?
Yes. The garlic and onion.
So there are people who are not very... they don't like the taste of garlic. They can just do away with garlic and just use onions.
Yes.
Ah, there we go.
So you would want these spices that you put in to mix freely and get infused into the meat or into the chicken.
Kizungu nayo uko nayo.
Infused.
At what point do we add this?
At what point do we add this? I really don't usually like them overcooked. So I'll give them some time. This simmers a little. And then I'll add with time.
Okay. So right now we will be adding, this is what you call tomato paste, right?
Yes.
So now that we already have tomatoes inside there, why do we need tomato paste as well?
Okay, tomato paste gives it this thick soup.
So it makes the...
It makes the gravy thicker.
Okay. Soup, gravy, stew.
Whatever. English, I said English is not my tongue. What I'm very sure of is the end product is usually better.
Somebody said English has a tendency of wanting to go back to England sometimes.
It leaves us here in Kenya and in Uganda and everywhere else we are and goes back to where it came from.
Smells quite nice.
That's it. You can't wait to have a taste. Maybe the ones behind the camera can tell us better.
So for those who are watching, we are very glad that you've joined us. If it's you've just joined us a few minutes ago, this is the Collince kitchen. And we are preparing chicken stew. So make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss any of the cooking videos that we'll be sharing here. And if you're from Nakuru, very soon we are going to start making deliveries so that you don't just eat with your eyes.
Yes.
As we say in Swahili, direct translation, kula kwa macho, but you can also be able to taste and get to feel the health in every bite and freshness in every sip, right from the Collince kitchen. We'll be doing deliveries every Tuesday and Thursday from the dates that will be shown right underneath your screen.
Now, people that will use a pressure cooker, make sure your chicken does not overboil. Mine had a tendency today of quite overboiling, but it is healthy for the bite. Some of us have very weak teeth. We are not used to hard meat, so watch out for those that will use a pressure cooker to cook the chicken. Those that are using sufuria, it's easier for you to check and see. Now, my husband is going to go in and put in these remaining spices in there.
So we are good to add them now?
Yes, we're good to add them in now.
So we are now coming in with carrots and capsicum. As she said, she prefers them to come last so that they don't overcook as well. And also nutritional wise, you wouldn't want to overcook your veggies because you will lose the vitamins in them. So at what point do we add the soup?
We're almost adding the soup now. So that now we can make the stew. The soup that we got from our chicken is right here. You can add in as much water as you want, but I would prefer I would prefer it as least.
So this was just
possible.
from boiling
Yes.
the chicken, the water that we added the first time we were boiling the chicken.
So you're going to add that in here so that we are good to now let it simmer or boil again. It's okay.
There are some of our friends that when they cook, after they have cooked, whether it's meat or chicken, and they want to add soup, they put water.
I think I've not gotten that.
Like when I'm cooking chicken, when I want to put soup, I'll just go to the tap, get
Add
water, and add there. Is
Well,
there a problem with that?
I don't know, but I feel like in Swahili tunasema ladha.
Ladha. Uko sawa.
Hiyo ladha inapotea, as in it's not as tasty as it would be if the water that you wanted to become the soup was boiled with it. Now, I'll be showing you another way of preparing boiled chicken, where you have to roast the chicken first. Yeah, that also adds taste to the chicken.
Okay.
Despite it being boiled, it will still have that lather. Lather.
Yes.
And what is rather?
Rather is English. Rather than.
Wow. You guys, at least somebody should give me a thumbs up. I've tried.
I can give you a 95 in your progress of Swahili. How long is this supposed to take?
Now, depending on how long your chicken stayed on fire to boil, the first time you'll gauge and see, because with me now, mine, it just needs to boil a little, and then it will be ready to be served. You guys can't wait to see this.
I would like to really take this time to appreciate our sponsors.
Yes.
Marvelous Media Africa, the wonderful images that you're seeing right now, produced by this wonderful team.
Talented.
So if you have any kind of program that requires coverage of this type, or if you want online coverage, I mean live streaming, they also offer these kind of services. And the information on how you can get them is just right below on your screen. They are called Marvelous Africa Media. So make sure you hit them up if you have your graduation ceremony, if you have your Rura show, you have your wedding, you have your music video you want to shoot, you have your corporate video you want to shoot. That is the team to go to. So we'll give it time to cook, and then as soon as it's ready, we will be able to serve and show you the final outcome.
Yeah, just before we go off now, we'll just leave it to boil at a low heat so that it doesn't overboil.
And you also don't want to lose all the soup.
Yes.
So we're back to our chicken here. Our ingoho is cooking very well.
This ingoho is going to kill somebody. Appetite is rising. Ingoho.
You know, I had plans of becoming a vegetarian, but now
the plans are becoming invalid. Guys, look at that. Yummy. You guys would want to try out this. Like, it's really nice, and I'm very sure you would want to try it.